In news just in this afternoon, several suspects will appear in court charged with the kidnapping of 80-year-old Abirah Dekhta. She was abducted from Raylands in the Western Cape and held hostage for 11 days. Let's get the latest now from our reporter Ayesha Ismail. Ayesha, good afternoon. So we've just heard that the people held for questioning on Monday in connection with Abirah's kidnapping have now been charged.
That is correct, Dan. Now, you will recall on Monday evening, police, assisted by the City of Cape Town's law enforcement officers, went to Khayelitsha, and in Khayelitsha, in Town 2, they found little Abirah, who's 8 years old, inside this shack in Khayelitsha. They then took 7 people who were in the house at the time. They took them in for questioning, and we've also we've heard that those people have now been charged, and they will appear in the Wynberg Magistrates Court tomorrow in connection with her kidnapping.
We can't do anything, we can't eat, we can't sleep. We sleep 10 minutes, 20 minutes and then we wake up suddenly. Because we don't know what is going with our child, what Abirah she did eat or she sleep. We don't know anything. All that always think in our mind. What she doing there, I don't know, and that is the more horrible thing that has I can't explain that how we feel.
Ayesha, I understand you also visited her home today. How is she doing?
So, Dan, the bite that we just played now was the conversation that I had with Abirah's dad, Abirah Dekhta, this morning, and he was referring to the 11 days that she was away, where he said that they were unable to eat, unable to sleep, and because they didn't know what happened to their daughter. And you can imagine that would be any parent's nightmare, wondering where my child is and what has happened to her. I did have an opportunity to see Abirah. She looked a bit withdrawn, she was very shy, but her father said to me that she is doing well and that she hasn't been back to school, obviously, since she was rescued on Monday. But this is what he said to me about what transpired in the time that she was away.
Yes, they give some treating call 3-4 times, but I don't want to tell you what they ask and what. Some of things, for investigation. But they called me for ransom, but there is very difficult call. I pray that call nobody got that kind of call, because that is you don't know what he gonna talk with you and what you gonna give answer.
Did the father say at all if the kidnappers had made contact?
He said that they had called him 3 or 4 times, and as we heard him talking about the fact that they did ask for a ransom, he said to me that he was not going to tell me how much they asked for. But this is, Dan, this is how he explained the modus operandi. This is how they placed the call in order for the police not to trace the calls made to the family.
Using, they put the 2 phones, one they call me and one they call to the other line, and they make it under 69 position, not like straight call that can I talk with her, because the who asking the ransom, that guy is not with my daughter, he is somewhere else.
Well, the people have been charged now, the suspects have been charged. Ayesha, any idea who they might be?
I'm not able to answer that question, Dan, but what we do know is yesterday I was at the launch of the Western Cape festive season, and police talking about their readiness for the festive season, and both Behicele and the Provincial Commissioner Tembisile Patakile talked about the fact that it would appear as if Khayelitsha has now become a hotspot for a place where kidnapped victims are being held, and they were both saying saying that a number of kidnapped victims were found in Khayelitsha, and they are calling on people in Khayelitsha to come forward to work with the police when they do notice that something untoward is happening in their area. In fact, Tembisile Patekile was saying that one of the people that they found in the house and that was taken in for questioning, and now of course we hear that they've been charged, was a woman. And he said that this woman fed this child for 11 days and not even thinking that this child's parents must be worried about her.